Happy Sunday to everybody out there in the gig economy. Welcome to Mr.BetonYou, the Sunday DoorDash driver gig economy live show. If you guys can hear me, hit the thumbs up in the chat. Now, very special show today, very special guest, uh, a different topic. I think we're going to have the chat and the room and the viewership divided tonight in some ways, and that's okay because everybody's perspective, why they do gig work, what they can make, how they make their money is very unique and different. So let me check chat, make sure we got thumbs up. I see the thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. Happy Sunday to everybody. I will get into the chat in just a little while. Now, we will have a dasher from Hawaii that I met at the GigCon in Denver. Ronald is his name. He has a channel. You guys could find that if you're watching on a replay. You could find the link to his channel in the description. And we will have people put the links in the live chat as well if you want to go check him out. He's going to be coming on in about 13 minutes or so, about 9:15 our time, 10:15, okay, Eastern. So before we get into that, I'm going to lay the groundwork of the topic. I'm going to look at the poll results that I put up. I'll read the chat a little bit, and we'll talk about our week. And I hope you guys are all doing well. Hit the thumbs up for the stream. Now, trading time for money. Listen, that's all any of us are doing, whether you have a W-2, whether you do gig work. However you make money, you, most of the time, are trading your time, in some cases, your energy, your blood, sweat, and tears, your brain power, your whatever, your patience, and you're trading it for a check. You're trading it for a direct deposit, a cash. Like you're trading it. We're all trading time for money. Now, some people get triggered and they get upset or they think it's lies when somebody says, hey, I made $400 today. I made $50,000 last year, $100,000 last year. Hey, I made $2,000 this week. Oh, you know what? I made $100. People get a little weird when we discuss money and what you make or what you don't make. And anytime that I've seen somebody say they've had a great day, most viewers, or a great year or a great week, whatever, most viewers, subscribers, supporters, fellow dashers say, hey, that's great, man, boom boom, yeah, my day was also pretty good, or maybe it was rough. But then you have this subset of drivers, or maybe ex-drivers, that always like, no, that can't be true. Pedro's lying, he didn't make $400 today. Ronald's lying, he didn't make $100,000. This, that, because their experience in their market wasn't as good, or their hustle wasn't as good, doesn't mean the next man or woman can't have success in the gig economy, right? That's how I look at it. Why do we feel the need to knock another woman or man's hustle? Because maybe they're in a good market, they trade more of their time for money than you do. Maybe they're willing to adapt in a different way, right? So let's check the poll results real quick, because I asked you guys a poll question. Let me see if I can't look at it. Here it is right here. It's on this device. I'm going to give shout outs in the chat in just 1 second. Hit the thumbs up, boys and girls. Can you make 100K in your market? Now, before I get into the results, I want you to answer that question truthfully, because every market's different. Okay? There's no right or wrong answer. But I am going to challenge you guys tonight, and Dasher Hawaii is going to come in here and drop some gems and some knowledge. I'm going to ask him some questions. He's going to give us some perspective, and we're going to talk about hustling in the DoorDash and side hustles and why he does what he does. Okay. Could you make 100K in your market? 38% of people said yes. 62% said no. So far, we have 100 and something votes, I think is what it says. Yeah. So answer that question. I think it's going to be pretty split. I think most people are going to answer no, and that's okay. $100,000 doing DoorDash or gig economy, food hustle, Instacart, whatever mixture you want to, it's not easy. It can't be. I've never made $100,000 doing food delivery or rideshare or any combination of the above, and I never will. Some people have. I think it's very extreme, but I think in St. Louis, I could do it if I chose to. If I chose to trade more of my time for more money, I could make $100,000 in St. Louis in 2024. Some of you guys are thinking, oh my God, Pedro, what the hell are you talking about? That's crazy. No way. Oh my, that's impossible. It's definitely not impossible. Okay. Definitely not impossible. If you guys get your little calculators out on your phones right now, right? Divide 365. How much do you have to make every day? Now, I don't ever recommend working every day. I need to get that clear. So what I would want you to do is divide that. So say you're going to work 6 days a week, not 7. Okay. Say you're going to work 6 days a week. How much would you need to make 100K? Now, obviously, there's expenses and fuel, and your fuel costs and your expenses will be higher than a normal driver, but your income is way more. So it is what it is. Okay. How much would you have to make every day doing 6 days a week? Because you got to give yourself a day off, whether it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it doesn't matter. Got to have rest and relaxation. Okay. Got to recharge the battery, spend time doing something you love, whether it's friends, family, going to movies, whatever, going to a walk in the park, seeing some family, whatever. That number can be achieved in some markets if you break it down just by hours. In some hours, you're going to do it in 8, 10, 12, 15. Every market will be different depending on your apps and your market and your strategy and how you attack that market and that plan. But it can be done. And these gig apps, in my opinion, before we bring our guest up and before I get to the chat and talk about my week, these gig apps are an opportunity. So when I met Ronald, I met him in Denver, shook his hand, we had a couple conversations, we had dinner together. You know, we were in the same room for hours at a time, right? I respect the hustle. This should be looked upon as a positive, right? Because think about it like this. A lot of us right now, we're in the fall season. We're going into the winter, right? It's getting cold. Kids are in school. You got the holidays coming up, really stressful times. You know, November to the middle of January is the most stressful 6-week span for most people because of holidays, money, weather, right? Stresses, right? Imagine if you chose to hustle as hard as you could for 2023 or 2022, right? Let's say 2022. And you really maxed it out. You traded more of your time for more money. Think about if you're a driver that's doing this full time. Let's just say you're making $50,000. I think in some major markets, if you're doing it full time, 50,000 is not unrealistic. Or we can even say 40,000, not unrealistic. For some of you guys have been doing this for a while, you're full time, 60,000, not unrealistic. Some of you might be making between that range. And a lot of part-timers are making 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever. But if you're full time, you're making 50K. If you worked more, and you relaxed a little bit less, which I don't necessarily recommend, but if you just gave more of your time to make more money, you turn that 50K to just 75. You made an extra 25,000, a lot of money. That extra 25,000 is going to cost you more fuel. It's going to cost you more time, obviously. You're going to, depending on how you do your taxes, you're going to have to pay more into taxes, but also you're going to get more tax deductions because you're driving more, and however, that's up to you. This isn't a tax stream. By hustling more in 2022, that time's gone. That time's gone. Imagine making an extra $25,000. What could you have done with that money? What could you do with that money right now if you saved it or invested it and you didn't spend it, not wisely? Think about that. So trading time for money is not difficult. It takes a certain attitude, a certain hustle, a certain plan of attack, right? You got to be focused. You got to take care of your body because you're going to be putting your body through some stress. You're sitting in a car, you're out there grinding. But if you could achieve that balance, like our guest that you'll see in just a few minutes here, you're stashing away extra money. The gig economy is an opportunity, right? In most markets, I think 100,000 is a big number. I think there are some markets that absolutely cannot sustain that number at all. So your number, you have to personalize it. But if you're willing to trade a little bit of extra time for more money, what could you do with the money for your future? A lot of us, we come to these gig apps, we work, we hustle, we grind, we have a bad day, and we say, hey, I'm going home, I'm taking an L today. I've done it, you've done it. Nothing wrong with that. I actually advise that, right? But if you got to go and you stay focused, it's just numbers. You just get a calculator out and you have a goal and you work down from that. How many hours do I need to put in today? All right, well, today wasn't great, right? I made $50 less. All right, let me go back to the calculator. I got to add that 50 to tomorrow. Let me do a little bit of math. What do I got to refocus my energy and goal for tomorrow? Because I want to hit that 50K, 60K, 75K, 100K, whatever it is. And then you might be able to exit the gig economy because you stacked some cash. You met your goals, you saved properly to make sure your taxes are taken care of, and you got money to take care of your car if something happens. But all we're doing is trading time with time for money, right? Let me get into the chat. Appreciate y'all for being in here. Hit the thumbs up. Now, who do we got in here? Let's see. I see the review, Jenny Gang, Warfield Elite, Vicky, Lynn's Gigs and Buys. I see GB, which thinks this is all cap and it's all lying. GB, I feel really bad for you that you feel that way, but I respect your opinion. Nikki Dash is mad. Dog. I saw Daphne, Qualaya, Cowboy Courier. I see Cray Cray, Daphne. I'm trying to. Juan, nothing but silicone. What's up? Dash and traders in the building. How you doing, my man? UDM delivers. The hustle got to be there. The hustle has got to be there. To make 100K, you're built different. I would say there's 188 people watching right now. I would venture to say maybe one or two of you have ever done this. Maybe, probably not, excluding Ronald, which he's going to be coming up in just 3 minutes here. It's not for everybody. I don't recommend it. I'm not saying go out there, guys, work 6 or 7 days a week, 15. You have to do what works for you. But the topic is trading time for money. And when you look at the gig economy as an opportunity, one, and as a math equation, secondly, it doesn't have to be that difficult, especially if you have an end game in mind. And you might not have that end game yet. We've been talking about that on this channel for a long time. But if you have a goal, a monetary goal, an end game, an exit strategy, you're just doing math. That's it. You're literally doing math to get to a number, and you're trading time for money. It's not that difficult. But you do got to be built different. It's not going to be for everybody, right? This work is a grind. It can be stressful. It can be frustrating, right? You have to really be on your P's and Q's, taking care of your body, your mind, your automobile, taking care of the relationships around you to make sure that communication is there so that your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, your kids know exactly what you're doing, the focus of what you're doing, so they can be on board with it. There's a lot of moving pieces here, I think. Now, I've never gone for this. Like I said earlier, 100K for me, I could do it. If I needed to do it, if something happened and I needed to grind it that way, I think I could. I am built that way. I could do it. I wouldn't want to, but I could. And I think I think overall to have that opportunity in the gig economy is a positive. It's not a W-2 where you have to get scheduled. Hey, boss, can I work overtime? Can I not work overtime? You're cutting my hours. You're sending me home early. You're firing me. You're doing, what's going on here? I got to work with this person. You don't have any of that in the gig economy. You can get deactivated. Yeah, sure. But if you put the time and a little bit of skill, a little bit of adaptive ability, you can achieve your monetary goals. Now, it might not be in them a lot of time that you like, but that's not the point here. We're talking about trading time for money. Let's bring our guest up. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I see Mr. Flex in the house. Mr. Flex is somebody that makes big dollars on these apps, right? I don't know if he's ever made 100K, but I bet in his market, he could. I bet he could. And he works a lot as it is, but I bet if he worked a little more, took less days off, I'm sure in that market, based on the numbers I've seen, he could probably do it if he wanted to, right? So let's bring in our guest. Appreciate you guys for being in the building. Delivering with Taz says lost motivation, got a little lazy, got to bounce back. That happens to all of us. Let me put that message up. I think this is as real as you can get. Let me find it. There it is. So delivery with Tess is lost motivation, got a little lazy, got to bounce back. I think we can all relate to that. I mean, this work can be a grind. I was out today. I walked to the store. I had to go to the grocery store. I lived close to one. Came back. I was thinking, you know what? Tomorrow will be a good day to have off. I usually work Mondays, but I was like, you know what? I think I need to give myself a day to work on a few other things and just recharge my mind and my body. Now, mind you, I didn't work yesterday. I didn't work today. But doing this kind of work, you can also say, hey, I want to trade less of my time. I want to take my time back and I'll make up the money. I'll make an extra $30 Tuesday, an extra $30 on Wednesday to make up for what I missed on Monday. And I think that's fantastic. The freedom and flexibility for me is still there. All right, let's bring up our special guest. Appreciate y'all. The StreamYard link will be open. We're going to bring up our man from Hawaii up right now. Let me go ahead and bring him up. Mr. Hawaii.
What's going on, Pedro? Unfortunately, I'm good, but unfortunately, I'm in the middle of a delivery.
He's out here hustling. He's showing you the grind.
It's actually a 3-leg parlay, which I call because there's a 3-leg grocery shop, but two of the shops go to the same person. So I'm actually
do you need a little time, or do you want to talk while you do it? It's up to you.
It's up to you. I don't want to disrespect your channel and make it look unprofessional. That's why I just let you know coming on. I'm right in the middle of it. I'm dropping it. I'm actually about to scan it in, drop it off, and then I'm gonna get back in the truck.
I tell you what. I'm gonna when you get back into the truck, I'll bring you back on. Does that sound good?
That's cool.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. All right.
All right.
Oh man, hold on. I gotta find my. There it is. Okay. Oh Lord, what's going on here? There it is. Okay, listen, the grind is real. Listen, you can't make this stuff up. The man's out there hustling and grinding, right? He's hustling and grinding. I'll stay with you guys in the chat. When he gets back in the truck, we'll bring him back in. We'll start the conversation. But I'll stay with you guys for a minute. Let's get some. If you guys got questions for him too, put them in the chat. Maybe he can see him. I can see him. We can ask some questions. But we can stay on this topic of trading time for money. Let me see what the chat's saying right now. Nomadic Gigi Kalman, what's up? What's up? Always grinding. Yeah, listen, he's built different. There's no way around it. Okay. And I want to be very clear. I'm not saying I recommend, hey guys, go make 100,000 in your market. Anybody can do it. Nope. Anybody can't do it. But the one thing you do control is the amount of time you give the apps, your strategy, how you adapt, and how you work your work-life balance. I think a lot of us struggle with these apps based on your market, based on there's a lot of factors. Maybe your time, your family dynamic is shifted. You have to figure things out. It's a grind. It's a hustle. It can be frustrating. It can be stressful. These apps do crazy things, saturation levels, maybe lower base pay, maybe less opportunity. Maybe you got deactivated. There's a lot of moving pieces that give dashers and gig economy workers different experiences, which then they come to Reddit and YouTube and say, this sucks or this is great, which one isn't right and one isn't wrong. It's just that's their perspective, right? But like I'm saying, I don't recommend this necessarily. But the one thing you can control is the time you give the apps. So the one thing that always kind of like frustrated me, if I'm being honest, was I would see people complain about their situation. I'm not making money. I can't pay my bills. I got, and I never understood that when it came to the gig economy. This is why I say that. Okay. I see people like Ronald, some of you guys in the chat, right? Nomadic is in here. Cray's in here, busting her fucking ass. She shares this publicly. She works at Walmart. She's like a manager. She helps with the Spark orders and delivery and distribution of that, I believe, and the logistics. And then she also hustles on the side, right? So how do you tell somebody like Cray that I can't make it? I know she could maybe struggle at times, but she's not going to use it as an excuse. So it starts with you, right? I mean, I understand. I've been there. I've been broke. I've been more broke than most of you guys in this chat. Trust me. I've had to where I couldn't rub 2 nickels together. Bank account negative. Been there. Right? But because I've been there, I know what it feels like. I'm never going back. So that means if something happened and an unexpected bill came up, if something happened to the house and I had to get things fixed, I'm going to trade some more of my time to make it happen for me and mine. Right? I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to say, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too hard. It might be hard, but it doesn't mean you can't do that. I didn't work yesterday. I didn't work today. I could have worked both days and made more money. So if I had those bills, if I was out here struggling, you sometimes have to be willing to tighten the belt buckle, put the boots on, get the hat on, get the scully on, get the keys, turn the ignition, and go get the fucking money. So that's what you got to do sometimes, right? And you have to understand it might not always be like that. You might not always have to trade more of your time than you're willing to or want to for the money. But when you need to, you need to. We don't have bosses. Nobody's scheduling us. We got to be willing to go out there and go get it on our own, right? We got to be willing to say, okay, I need to make this amount this day. I'm going to do it. I'm going to adjust if I don't. I got another day to work. I'm going to stay out a little bit later. I'm going to wake up a little bit early. Trading time for money is not a difficult concept. You just got to go after it. All right, let me see. Oh, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. I see you sitting in the whip. I think he's good. Let's bring him back on. I want y'all to hear from him so you don't have to hear from me. All right, let me see if he's back. All right, Ronald, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. So,
thank you for the opportunity once again. I appreciate it. I appreciate you even taking time out on your platform to even give me the time of day. So that's first and foremost.
It's all good, man. I appreciate meeting you and the fam in Denver. So first off, let the people know, if they don't know who you are, let them know where you got a channel, give them a little backstory about you, where are you from, what led you to the gig economy. Give us a little bit about Ronald.
First of all, Ronald Coleman. I'm originally from Detroit. I was frustrated and my mental capacity was not where it's supposed to be in my former line of work, which I worked at the plant for 17 years. And I also ran my own mobile auto repair service. So both of those jobs was more stressful than anything. And one was more mental stress than the other one. The plant was more physical. And it's like with the plant, it's like I said, like I told UDM the other day, you working all these hours at the plant, you making 100,000 at the plant, nobody questioning it. Your W-2 say 100,000, they don't question it. But when you look at that money at the plant, that 100,000, you're like, where the hell is my money? Why am I struggling at the end of the day? So, before everybody started asking, I'm gonna get it out the way. Yes, I pay taxes. Yes, I spend money on fuel. Yes, I put miles on my truck. Yes, I'm out here physically every day. Yes to all the questions that's gonna come up. I'm not being smart ass, but those are the questions that everybody wants to know and all this and all that. So to get that out the way, yes. All the questions yes, because no matter what we do, we're gonna spend time. We're going to trade time for money, whether it's a W-2 or whatever we're doing. We selling. If you out here selling dope, you trading time for money, right? If you out here selling cuckoo, you out here trading time for money, right?
Anything
you do, you trading time for money. But when it comes to the gig economy, they don't understand the power that they have because you're not under an authoritarian figure. The only authoritarian figure is the one that's looking at you in the mirror when you get up every morning. And if you can't be disciplined to that person, you won't make it out here.
I like that. I like that.
And no market that you in. And one thing too, yes, the market makes a difference, but the market don't make you. You make the market. Because it's people here in this market that's telling me I'm not doing what I'm doing, and I'm still showing them I do what I do. So
let me ask you a question. Why do you think? Is it jealousy? Is it just too big of a number? So why do you think people don't believe you when you say you're doing what you're doing?
It's not jealousy. It's a system, which is the American system, right? The American system in this country is the standard American way. Go to school, get a degree, get a good job. You can't make 100,000 unless you're a CEO, right? So we're programmed to believe that this is just a hustle, right? We're programmed to believe that you can't do it because you're only getting $8 orders, $9 orders, $10 orders. We're programmed to believe that. So it's not really jealousy. the fact of the matter is, the number one thing is I know myself. I'm not the only one that did it. I'm not the only one that has been doing it. And like I told Bentley the other day, I'm just like, and it might be a messed up analogy, but when Soldier Boy came out with the internet, he was the first one to do it, right? So everybody want to follow this. So I'm the first one to actually come out and say, I blew up the spot and said I made 100,000, right? So that's why everybody don't believe it. And the people who are actually doing it, like, I made more than that. Why he getting the shine? So that's what it's just. I'm the first to admit it. So
Yeah.
and that's where the problem comes in that.
Yeah, I definitely think there are other drivers that can do that. I've heard of it. Some guys out in New York or big markets, LA, they're rideshare guys. They're out there grinding too, making big money. They're trading a lot of time for their money, but it is what it is. Everybody's situation is different. Maybe they want to do that, need to do that. They have a family, don't have a family. It doesn't matter if that's what they're doing. There's, I think there's pride in that. We're all, we're making money. We're supporting our communities by delivering things. We're supporting our families. We're helping the merchants get things delivered. I think that's fantastic, right? How long have you been doing this full time for, like, basically every day, like you've been doing it? How long have you been doing it this way?
I've been doing it full time 2 years, but I've actually been working in the gig economy 3 years.
Okay.
And I started in the height of COVID. So a lot of people that's been drivers longer than me and been in the gig economy longer than me got I'm gonna say they got pampered when COVID hit. It wasn't nothing to turn the app on, and in 20, 30 minutes you got $150. It was just coming like that because the money was there. And when people have money, especially in a lot of cultures, they want to show they have money, so they want to give. But once that dried up, they like, whoa, I can't give you that, So I'll give you $5, but that person that's getting the $5 is mad because they're used to getting $20. So they haven't, like you say, like a lot of people say, they haven't evolved with these apps. You have to evolve with the app. When I first got on, acceptance rate didn't matter, completion rate didn't matter, top dasher didn't, none of that mattered. It was no zones when I got into this. Now everything has changed, so you have to learn how to evolve with it. And a lot of people don't want to evolve. And when someone actually do it, and then they show you that they do it, I could put my 1099 on the screen, and you're going to have somebody say it's cap. I made it up.
You made it up. You doctored it. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I have not been letting nobody get to me. Nobody, because the outside world, well, other than some of my family members, but the outside world don't mean nothing because like an adult, I take care of me, right? And I rely on me to take care of me. I don't rely on you. I don't rely on Bentley. I don't rely on Dresser Trader. I don't rely on Sarah. I don't rely on Nomadic, Craig. None of those. I don't rely. And if I relied on them, I'd be crying on their shoulder, like some other people are, right? The app is using you. How is the app using me when I get up every day, turn it on, and decide to get out here? It's not using me. The app is what I say is seed money. I ain't gotta ask a bank for no loan. I don't have to ask my brother for no loan. I don't have to ask you for a loan. I do it on myself. I need 1,500. Guess what? I'm going to get it.
There you go.
I'm going to get it. If I gotta grind it out 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours, I'm going to get it because I know that money, I can take it and put something else with it, and I can build something else on the side. I have other things going on that I don't talk about because that right there is my personal life. I'm giving you Dasher life through my eyes, and that's going with the gig economy. And I can only give it to you my way, the way I do it. And like you say, I don't suggest nobody. I promise you, I don't suggest it because it's a hard life to live because you lose a lot of people. You lose a lot of people. And if you don't
what do you mean by that? When you say you lose a lot of people, can you get into that a little more? I feel like you got something there. I think there's more there when you say that.
Because most people, okay, I'm gonna give it to you like this. I'm on an island, right? I'm in paradise. I have the beaches, right? The beaches, the ocean, the mountains, the scenery. I mean, if I was little weak minded, the women, you know what I'm saying? I have all that. And you get somebody that don't understand where I'm at, And they like, let's go to the beach.
Mm.
Nah, I don't want to go to the beach. I'm about to go make money.
Mm.
Oh, you weak, man. You done changed.
Mm.
And
Okay.
then you start noticing that person is falling off,
Mm.
right? Then you come out and you say, well, I made 100,000. Now they're looking at you side eye, like, where my cut?
Mm.
And then when you tell them no, you could have did the same thing I did. Oh, you changed. You fake now. I
Mm.
don't fuck with him no more because he
Mm.
think he better than me.
Mm.
You know, and then you'll have somebody who making more money than you. You sitting down there, y'all chopping it up every day, going out eating breaking bread together. When he think you doing better, or she think you doing better than her or him,
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't fuck with them no more. They change. But we like just like caterpillars and butterflies. We supposed to change. We supposed to evolve. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to be stuck in the same exact place. And
Yeah.
when you show them, and this is my thing. It wasn't meant to come out. It wasn't, right. Actually, I'm gonna rephrase that. It was meant to come out because it was written for it to come out, and that's a whole nother topic. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying, I didn't come out here and just say I'm gonna go out there and blow up the spot, right?
Yeah.
I was reading an article on another guy. He was an Uber driver, right? And Uber driver, and he did DoorDash, and he said he only took 3% of his offers. He only took the best offers, and he struggled some days to make $100 within 10 hours. And then along with a lot of other stuff that I was reading, I'm like, this math not mathing to me, right?
Mm.
Because every 4 hours you out here, you should make $100. That's just that's just the way it is, you know, and that's just the way I look at it. That's my theory, right? Which may be right or wrong, but any market I go to, if I set a goal, I'm gonna meet that goal. Any market I go to. When I was back home in Michigan, I still was doing numbers. I still was doing numbers. I did numbers in Michigan, did numbers in California, did numbers in Vegas, did numbers in Chicago, did numbers in Denver and in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And I know my honey might not want me to, but next
Mm.
month I'm going to Jamaica. And if they got it, I turn the app on. I just might complete one just to say I did it in a foreign country.
Just to
So
do one.
I had two
Yeah.
countries and 6 states under my belt.
Let
And
me
that's
ask you.
just
Let me ask you a question, Ronald. How do you? What advice would you give to people that are out there struggling with like a work-life balance or their balance of relationships? You know, right? You're a married man, right? Or like,
no, not married, but I'm
but
working on it.
you got a woman. You got a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I got my
You
yeah, I
got a
got my
lady in your life.
yeah.
Right?
I
Okay.
well, that's
My
my
bad.
that's
My
my
bad.
that's my rock.
Yeah.
You
So
met
how do you? What
yeah.
advice would you give to people that are struggling with that work-life balance, but they still need to grind to make money, right? What would what have you done? Can you share any like things that you've learned working all these hours and grinding and hustling? Like, what advice would you give somebody that's like, hey, I need to make this money, but like, I don't want to sacrifice too much of my relationships or my sleep or my health? Like, what would you say to somebody that asks you that?
Well, first of all, behind every great man, there's a great woman. And if your woman can understand your vision and see that it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
better for the both of y'all and your family in the long run, then you'll everything else outside of that
Mm.
is minuscule.
That's a
Because
good
like I
point, and
said,
I have that. I have that, so I
yeah,
can relate to that. Yeah,
because like
yeah.
I said earlier, you'll lose a lot of people. Like I stopped drinking years ago. People mad because I don't drink anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
changed my whole diet. I only eat fruits and vegetables. I
Mm-hmm.
make my own juices. I cut out all the sugar. So the things that I'm doing differently now, because if I didn't do that, I couldn't work the way I work. Bottom
Interesting.
line. I
Okay.
couldn't work the way I work. So,
Yeah.
when you first dropped the story, somebody was in the chat talking about he a doctor and it's not good. My health, my this, my okay, I understand. You might that's your life, right? You can't tell me how to live my life and how to run it. If I run it to the ground, I'm gonna run it to the ground doing something that I'm gonna be happy with the end results.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I did notice I needed to change. So I changed my diet. Once I changed my diet, my energy level is
So
up.
that helped you a lot.
Yes, most definitely.
It allows you to go out there and be focused,
Most de-
grinding, working
most
long
de-
hours
most
because
most
you're
most
not putting trash in your body. You're
Most
fueling your
definitely.
body with good stuff. Okay.
Most
Makes
definitely.
sense.
I eat before I eat a burger. I be on talking to you right now. Like, you trying to sleep?
Listen,
You
I
know?
love. That's one thing I've gone through
Hey,
times that I didn't eat meat for about almost 2 years, and I saw some benefits of it and things like that, right? But like, I like to eat. I don't. My diet needs to be way better, right?
right.
And I'm a pretty energetic guy, but I know it could be a lot better if I changed my diet, and I might be able to grind a little more, and it would be more focused, less irritable, less stressed out, right? Because your diet has a lot to do with that. That's what I've learned, at least. So I think that's really
Right.
good advice. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So what is your how long do you think you're going to be able to sustain working at the pace that you're working?
Until I reach where I want to be.
Have you thought about, do you have a timeline, or are you not there yet?
I don't have a timeline of um when I'm gonna stop, because eventually, like, I have to cut back right now to learn how to do this side of the business, the
Mm,
podcast, the content.
podcast.
So now
Yeah.
that's a struggle. Like I mentioned to Bentley and UDM,
Mhm.
that I have to say, look, I'm gonna risk making 500-600 on a Sunday to make what I can make in the future.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
Do I? And that's the problem. Do I want to stop? I mean, I can't say it's for sure, but it's for sure gonna stop making this money for what's out there that's unknown. So I know I'm gonna have to scale back that part of it to get more into the content side of it, or just pay somebody to do it for me while I still work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even if it's like even when I get where I want to go, I might get bored and say, you know what, I'm about to go DoorDash, just to keep myself grounded to
Mm,
where I'm not forgetting where I came from. You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Some people get where they get to where they going and be like, man, I ain't never did that. I ain't have to do that. I'm better than that. No, I always try to keep myself grounded. And that's another thing. When you keep a lot of people around you with negative energy, you're gonna give off that energy.
Hmm.
You're gonna have like, if you come out here with a bad attitude, you're gonna go in one of these restaurants, one of these buildings, and you're gonna run into that same person with that same attitude. And now
Man,
you in the, and now
you're
you
so
waiting
right
on the
about that. Yeah.
order, because they like, I ain't giving them, and it could be ready. It could be
Yep.
waiting there, and you looking at it and like, is that mine? But they got it behind the counter, so you can't really go grab it. And
Hmm.
then it's all because of your attitude. Then I come in there, walk in, how you doing? Here you go. I got such and such. Oh, here's your order. And I walk out. Now you mad. Like, well, who was this guy? You know what I'm saying? Who's this guy? But he don't think,
I believe in that energy thing, and
hey,
I've given off bad energy before, and and then you wind up getting that back at some point,
right,
maybe in that
right.
moment, or it might be an hour later, but you're gonna get it back,
You're going to get it back.
and
Right,
you
right,
could give the positive, and you might not get the positive in that moment, but you're gonna get it later at some
right,
point,
right.
right?
And I
So,
said that the other day. Like the other day, I I'm go get an order, come out, click, 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 battery dead. I'm
mm,
like, oh
that
man.
just happened to me 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I approach the first person, they basically shoo me away. Some guy pull up, give me a boost, I'm back on the road. I go get a battery. But that comes from me doing something somewhere down the line, and I helped somebody else, so that was my payback. So that's how I
Mm,
look at things when I'm out here. Like, it's a different mentality to have than taking orders from an authoritative figure that can't
mm,
do what you do. And a lot of people don't understand it. Like, you're your own authoritarian, right? You're your own person to know you get this order. And I've seen people get an order knowing it's not a tip on it, right?
mhm, mhm,
And get mad because there's no tip
mhm,
on it. You look
mhm,
at it before
mhm,
you. I've seen people, like, it was a story months ago. The young lady took a pizza order, right? She took a pizza order. She went into the place, she thinking there's one or two. It wound up being 60 pizzas.
mhm.
She took the order for like maybe 750 or 950, right? Then she delivered, she gets a tip of $50. So basically you made $60 on that.
I think I
But
remember this story.
she comes back and says, DoorDash only gave me $2.50.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
like, how is that DoorDash fault? Because when you signed up for the app, you knew base pay was $2.50.
Mm-hmm.
But you still got $60. You're not telling that side of the story.
Mm.
You're only telling the side that make DoorDash look DoorDash or whatever app you work at, DoorDash, Uber,
Bad.
Uber Eats, whatever app you're only telling that side that make them look bad. But you're not telling the side that you benefited from. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people doing it right now. They're mad at you because y'all started the
Mm-hmm.
same channel at the same time. You grew, they did.
Yeah. Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, it's just like it's just
Well,
like
that's because you can relate gig work to YouTube or any kind of other hustle, right? Because
right,
you'll be talking about trading time for money, right? So
right,
if you're talking about YouTube or anything else, or fitness or eating better or going vegan or juicing, if you put the time and effort into something, you can see better results than somebody that didn't put the equal amount of time and effort. That's all it is. Like, this is, you have to understand there's levels to this, right? So when you
right,
talk about 100K or 100K plus, I see you got interviewed. I did the video on you a couple months
right,
back, right?
right,
Which was
right,
cool. And then we wind up meeting, and now you're here. So everything kind of comes full circle, which is really dope, right? When I did that
right,
video on you, I didn't know you, right? Like, we
right,
didn't know
right,
each other. Like, so it's pretty cool that you're here now. But like, I really respect your positivity, your hustle, your grind. You're not letting people distract you from what your focus is, and you're out there servicing your community, taking care of your family. You're making your money. You got a smile on your face. Now you're doing some YouTube content. I mean, it's admirable, man. I think it's amazing. Um, I will say this. I wanna ask you this. So you don't know how long you want to continue to be at this pace, right? But do
right.
you ever, can you tell the audience and the people watching, the people in the chat, the people on the replay, your new viewers that you're going to get from this, your new subscribers, right? Can Is there any is are there times when you ever feel like you don't feel positive? You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like, you know what, like, I'm not feeling it today. Like, what do you do to get through those days? Because when you're out there grinding as much as you are, I would imagine that happens sometimes, right?
Right. I mean, I'm not gonna say it don't happen. Like, even what happened in Denver. When we'll find out what
Yeah,
happened. It took
yeah,
a toll on me.
yeah.
It really did. It's still in the back of my mind a little bit, or what or whatnot. Though sometimes it's like, you think about, because I've been grinding. This is not to. I'm gonna go back a little. I've been grinding like this since, basically, I'm just be honest, since I was young.
Yeah.
I've been like this all my life. I've
This is
never
it's kind
ever
of what you know. It's
yeah,
what you know.
I've
Yeah.
I've never ever wanted to work for anybody. Never. And it was something that my father told me. My mom, my grandfather, they all, had my one of my great uncles own airplanes. So throughout my family history, we've all been entrepreneurs, gig workers, whatever you want to name it, at the whatever, and it's been in my bloodline. And even with my brother, he's a barber. He cuts hair. One of my brothers a lawyer. He another one of my brothers own a cab company down in Florida. So my sister's a gig tuber. So we all have cousins with lawn care services. Like, we all, like, the family dynamic is hustle. You know, it's hustle. And when you built like this, you don't know. You don't know, because we're not the people. Like, we've had W-2s, right? We've been
Yeah.
on both sides of the realm. And my major background is automotive, right? You know, and when I was running my mobile auto repair service, I was making money every month. And yes, I can go out there and make more money doing auto repair, but guess what? That money comes with more mental stress. More mental stress. And we all know all money ain't good money.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, if I go out there and I do 10 cars, 10 brake jobs, when I get home, I gotta soak in Epsom salt. I
Mm.
gotta soak in the tub because my body beat to crap. Like, man,
Oh yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
be 46 next Saturday. Next Saturday. I can't be out there up under no car like that no more. Jack, no, listen, hold
I
on.
mean, you
I
can
can't
if you needed to,
if I
but you
had
don't have
to,
to. You don't
if
have
I
to.
had to, I can go out there and get it. But I don't have to. Why? Because I can do this.
Mm,
And every,
mm.
throughout the day, during the week, for 5 days, every hour, I try to bust out 50 push-ups. Every hour. It come quick. Sometimes I gotta do double because I done missed that
Yeah.
last hour. So
Right.
I really don't. I know what I have, and I want to do. I have my plan. I just have to put it together and step by step by step. I can't just go out here and say I'm about to do 10 things at once. No, I'm gonna gradually slow roll into it. I'm gonna slow roll into it and build it and build it and build it, and then look back on it and say, hey, I'm gonna go up to the top of the mountain and say the city's mine. That's just the way it is.
There you go. There you go. Hey, I asked the chat if it had some questions for you. Can you
I
want to
can't see the
you
chat.
mind?
I
No,
can't
no,
see
no.
the chat.
I can read
Okay.
it to you if you
Oh,
mind
okay,
answering a
that's fine.
couple. Okay.
I don't
So
I don't care about it. I'm
some of the
good.
chat, they want to know what your AR is. So what's your current acceptance rate with DoorDash?
My current acceptance rate is 77, only
Okay.
because it was 87,
Mm-hmm.
but this week, them shopping orders,
Yeah. They were trash.
no, they weren't. But that's what
Oh,
they
okay.
kept feeding me.
Got it.
And in my market, the shopping orders, the offers are good, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
good, but they're time consuming. We know that.
I do
And,
shopping pays all day, bro.
right,
I
right.
love the
But
shopping pays. I
in
love it.
my market, shopping pay, you go get 50 items and you get no tip.
Got it. Okay.
You rare if you do 10, you might get tipped twice.
Wow.
And yeah, I got $50 off this one. I got 20, 30, whatever off those orders, but it's still keeping my pace, me on off pace a little bit from my goal every day.
Got it. Got it.
So
What about so are you just DoorDash? Because somebody asked a question of what
that
apps pay you the most.
all I do is DoorDash.
Got it.
I
Just
do
one app. That's it.
what everybody says trash dash. I do DoorDash.
Man, respect. I like it. See, I like when somebody
I
can do that with one app. Now, not everybody's gonna have that experience, but I
right,
think
right, right.
I think it shows just how different and unique our markets can be. You know what I'm saying?
I can't multi-app. I tried it. I can't. It's just not in me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing for a while there. I was just doing DoorDash or I would mix in Uber. I found this really good little mix of DoorDash and Instacart, and I'm loving it right now. I do
Right,
both.
right, right, right.
I'm not driving a lot. I stay basically in my neighborhood. It's fantastic. I'm gonna ride that
Right.
wave until the wave's done. But
That's what I said about this. I'm gonna ride the wave until I can't ride it no more.
there you go. There you go. Somebody asked how many hours a week do you work on average?
105.
Oh, you grinding. Damn. 105. Do you guys hear that? Listen. 105 hours. For y'all out there that don't have a calculator, do the math in your head. How many? I mean, he's grinding. He's grinding.
That's active time. That's not including DoorDash time. That's just active time.
So you got the app on for more than that.
Yeah, we between not getting orders and waiting. Yeah, so but that's active time.
Yeah. Got it. Let's see. Getting a lot of love in the chat. I like to see that. Dashing in a Hummer? Question mark? Are you in a Hummer?
No, I'm in a Yukon Denali.
He's in a Denali. Damn,
yeah.
he's got a big baller. You don't have a smaller vehicle you can use?
I do, but I've always driven larger vehicles. Like the smaller one, the smaller ones to me hurt because I got to climb out of them and then almost climb back into them. So the trucks I like, and plus I get more. Like one day I picked up some drywall from Lowe's, and I got some drywall from Lowe's and then some drywall from Home Depot. So I was able to do it because I got the truck.
Got it. I like that. Do you? Let me see if there's any other good ones in here. Sleeping 4 hours a day going to kill you. So Nikki Dash says you're only sleeping 4 hours a day. Is that accurate? Is that about what you're sleeping? What's your sleeping routine? Break it down for the people. Break it down.
Is that Nikki Lawson? Is that Nikki Lawson?
I think it might be.
Because that's my honey.
Oh, is it? No. It says Nikki Dashes.
Oh, Nikki Demeter.
I don't know. Is that?
Hey, if she telling you I'm sleeping 4 hours a day, that's she telling on me.
She says LOL. Whoever that is, I like.
Yeah,
like
that's her. Yeah, but no, about between 4 and 5.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Let me say this, right? You're a couple years older than me, so I'm gonna respect that because you've been on this war, you've been walking this earth, and you're more, you got it up here more than me, right? You more experiences with age, right?
Right.
4 or 5 hours a day, that'll catch up to you, right? Like you gotta have, do you ever think about that?
I do, because look, okay, I think about it like I say, if I wouldn't have changed my diet, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I started reading a little bit, and what we've been taught and what we've been told over the years, a lot of it is not fact.
Mm.
It's not fact.
Well, I'll say this,
And
especially about food. The way
right,
that we
right,
are told we need to eat
right,
3 meals a day, it's all
right,
bullshit. It's
right.
all
Because
our body is not made to digest 3 meals a day. First off,
right.
right?
And
So
I'm gonna tell you right now, in the morning, when I get up, I don't eat till 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. And I get
yeah.
up at 4:30.
Do you
So
fast? Do you do a form of fasting? Okay.
I fast the first 4 to 6 hours of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I have more energy since I've been doing that. And
Yeah.
the reason I know is because one day I was reading about it and I was like, no, it don't work, right? So I tried it. I had energy. The next day I went right back to my same routine. Get
Mm.
up, get something to eat, 9 o'clock, 9:30.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was tired. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, no, it can't be true. Still hard headed, right? So did it again. Then I stopped. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try for a week. And after that, I stopped doing it. I stopped eating breakfast until I don't really call it breakfast no more. I call it break fast because at
Okay.
night when you're sleeping, our bodies are meant to rebuild themselves.
Mm.
And a
Mm.
lot of people have lied to us and pumping us with chemicals and telling us we need this, that, and the third, when
Mm.
actually it's stuff that they're giving us, which is proven. If you taking heart pills, you got to take this pill because it's gonna kill the heart pill, gonna kill your liver. But
Mm.
in order to take the heart pill and the pill to kill your liver, you got to take this because it's gonna kill your
Yeah,
pancreas.
it's just a way for them to make money.
Exactly,
They don't want us
exactly.
to
So
feel if
exactly,
we felt better and cured ourselves,
right,
it's
right.
trillion-dollar industries would be collapsed, right?
Right.
So
You know why some countries pay the benefits, the medical benefits, right? Because they pay them because if you get sick, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's going to look, we're going to charge you for medical. We're going to take care
yeah,
of you. This country is all about money and greed. So,
yeah. Let,
and
let me
it,
ask you. I've been trying something. It's only been a couple days, but I want to get
right,
your advice on this. Okay, so stick with us, chat. Okay.
right.
I've been, like I said, I've been trying to. I go through these waves of trying to eat better, and
Mm-hmm,
right now I realize I need to eat a little bit better. So I've been I wouldn't call it fasting, but I don't really eat breakfast, and I eat my
mm-hmm,
first meal at like 3 or 4 p.m. Right,
mm-hmm,
and then I'll eat something else at night. Right, so it's
mm-hmm,
kind of like 2 meals a day, right? One bigger
right.
meal and like a snack, right? But I've been on this. I had it before we went live, and this is my bowl here with my lemon. I've been on this watermelon with a whole. I take a whole lemon and I squeeze that whole lemon on that watermelon. Oh my god, it's refreshing. It tastes good. It's all water basically. It's
Well,
natural. Is
what,
that
what
is that
I'm,
a good thing? Like watermelon, lemon, like that with the actual black seeds in it. Like is that
what,
good?
I, what I'm going to suggest now is take that watermelon and that lemon,
Hmm.
buy you a juicer and
Hmm.
juice it.
So what is the difference between eating it, juicing it, and just eating it just
Because
without juicing it?
you're juicing it, you're bringing out all the proper nutrients that you need.
Mm.
And when you're drinking it, you're putting it directly into your body, directly
Interesting.
into it.
So there's
So
more of a benefit to juicing the
there's
watermelon down
yeah,
versus eating it
yeah,
whole.
yeah. And then
Interesting.
some, and even when you juice it, like take some of the watermelon and when you cut the rind off,
Hmm.
leave some of the rind on and juice it with the
Yeah.
rind.
Well, that's all the nutrients are in those rinds and
Yeah,
all
but
that. Interesting.
the rind the rind is beneficial in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Mm.
In a lot of ways, it's health beneficial in a lot of ways. And then
Interesting.
even with the lemon, some when you juice the lemon, leave the skin on it because all
Hmm.
the skin is going to come out the juicer anyway.
Right.
Is
Right.
and it comes out, but leave the skin on it because it pulls the juices and the nutrients out of the lemon peel.
Interesting.
Also,
Interesting.
yeah.
I didn't
So
mean to turn this into a health
yeah,
channel, guys, but I wanted to ask him that
yeah.
question. So
Just try juicing a little bit, and then if you like it, like because like I say, I was being lied to for a very long time, and I'm gonna get off the health, but this is what happened. Like I was quote unquote. They told me I had diabetes a few years ago, right?
hmm. Hmm.
Diabetes,
Hmm.
and I could not, for the life of me, get my sugar levels under control. Right,
Hmm.
my sugar levels was 400, 500. Sometimes but I'm taking the medicine though. I'm trying not to eat this. I'm trying not to eat that. Like I said, I stopped drinking. I stopped doing a lot of stuff. And one day, um, I was just like, you know what? I'm not taking that medicine no more. I'm not. And everybody say, well, don't eat fruit because it's got a lot of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So I was scared. So what I did is I juiced. And in 4 days, my sugar went from 400 to 114 and stayed there.
Mm.
It's
Well,
having
because
to
not all sugars are the same. Our body
right.
processes those
The
natural
the sugar and
sugars
fruit,
versus processed sugars is
right.
different. Yeah.
The sugar and fruits is natural and it doesn't mess with your glucose levels.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everything that we have, the soda, some of the water, some the chips, the cereal, all that stuff breaks down into sugar, and our
Yeah.
bodies create our own insulin. So when we're eating all these things, our body is actually overworking.
Yeah.
So that's why when I
You're
did
putting
it,
your pancreas and your
yes,
organs at a
yes,
higher work rate.
and you're
Yeah.
overworking them. That's
You're
why you get the
overworking it.
diabetes, the heart
Yeah.
disease, the everything, and then along with the the powers that be that want to population control, all that other stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, you and I probably need to get, you know what we need to do? Hannibal and I need to have you on the podcast we have. We can get into some of this real, like we can get into
Yeah,
some of that. We'll have to set that up a little bit later, but
I'm with it.
I would love to hear more. I would love to hear you talk about some of those things more because I think we're on the same page with some of that stuff, and I think
I,
a lot of us are just programmed to believe this or that in the same way that people are like, Ronald ain't making no 100K. Well, it's because they're
I,
programmed to
I
think
can
it can't be done. You know what I'm saying?
I can try to break it down to them in a smaller way, right? And first of all, the 100K is minuscule. It's not the first time I made 100,000,
Tell
and
it. Tell it.
it won't be the last. And if I'm Gig Wars official.
Hmm.
That's me. Shout out to the Gig Wars
Yeah, they
team.
got you
And,
before I can get. They got you before I can get you, bro.
shout out to the Gig Wars team. Eventually, me and Moose gonna get it together, but that's another story. But just like I broke it on Bentley's channel,
Hmm.
but the 100K is minuscule, right? And I'm chasing 30K to match. Well, I'm chasing 25K to match what I did last year.
Before the end of the
30K to
year, right?
before the end of the year, 30K to put me over.
Mm.
If they caught on to what I just said,
Hmm.
I'm chasing 25K to
I got
match.
you. Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
you got it, but a lot of
I
people
got it.
not gonna
I got
they gonna probably throw the cap in the chat. They gonna probably throw the cap in the chat. But just like I told Billy and UDM, if you want receipts, I got receipts. And like I text you earlier,
Yep. Yep.
you got the receipts. If you
I
want to
got them, and
show
I thought about showing it, but you know what? We don't even need to do
right,
we don't even need to do that, right? I wasn't
right,
gonna put your information out there, like, but he
yeah,
sent me the screenshots. Yeah, like so I will say this. I think that, like I said in the beginning of the show, I don't know if you were listening, but I think it's okay for people to have a different
opinion,
experience,
right, right,
a perspective, because not everybody's market's going to be Hawaii or St. Louis or Jersey or Miami or what. There are people that live in markets that aren't as good as ours, or there's a lot more dashers, or they're not out here grinding like we are. So they look at you and I when I say, "Hey, I made $400 today," and people are like, "You didn't make $400." What? I did. What do you want me to say? Like, or hey, he didn't make 100,000, or Cray Cray doesn't make this, or Gig doesn't, Red doesn't make this from Gig Wars officials. It's like, just because you don't have a good experience with the app doesn't mean somebody else can't.
right. And
Right.
most
Right.
people,
So
I'm gonna say it like this: the market don't make you though. You make the market, and they don't understand that numbers matter.
you believe that? You really believe that?
Numbers, I've proven it to myself. I've proven it to other dashers. Numbers matter. Numbers matter. Like, and they didn't before. So now I only strive to be top dasher so I can dash anytime I want. But that's been a feature of Top Dasher forever. You
Mm.
know, Dash Now been a feature for Top Dashers
Yeah.
forever. But that's pretty much the only thing that didn't change. But what they did change is the AR, because we all knew you could drive the AR down, keep the completion rate high,
Mm-hmm.
and still get good money. But
Mm-hmm.
they started putting out videos.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
started blowing up the market, right? They started blowing up the spot. It's things that we know that. I mean, I understand if you give it to somebody else, it's cool. But some
Yeah.
things shouldn't be put on live. Some things shouldn't
Yeah.
be put on a video, right? Because it messes everybody up.
Let
You
me ask you
know,
a question.
and
So, are you in a diamond zone, or do you have
I'm
that new tier
I'm
program?
in
What do you have
the
right now for
I've
life?
been in the diamond zone, been around for a while.
For you? Okay.
A lot of things that people put out, I've been like, man, I should be. How do I do it? So I
Mm.
was started researching, trying to contact Bentley, but I was sending everybody the wrong email. I
Yeah.
wasn't. I'm not. I'm not. I wasn't the computer type, so I'm sending it to the wrong email. But yeah,
Yeah.
the diamond zone been out. Like a lot of people don't like the difference between AR now of 70, 80
Mm-hmm.
is 4, 2, $3 orders versus 8, 12, and $15 orders. And then even in the market, my market, don't get me wrong, the market is good, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody has a tourist market.
Mm.
Everybody has a place nobody wants to go.
Mm.
Even like you, I'm not gonna hold you up. When I was looking at the video, you said don't go downtown Denver and that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing, I'm hard headed, right? I am.
You went
But I
down there,
said,
didn't you?
no. You know
Oh.
why? Because I was only there one day.
Mm. Yeah.
Had I not been there one day, had I been there for a week, I'd have been like, no, know what? I'm about to prove Pedro wrong.
No,
You
sure,
can
because
make
you got a
you
little
can
more time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
make money. You can make money, and then
Sure.
not to just prove you wrong. It's just like I know you can make money down here, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm with my mama, my mother, and my sister in Vegas. They told me you can't make no money in Vegas. You can't do it. Hey, you can't do it. They don't pay. Woo, woo, woo. Last year I went there for Thanksgiving. I was there 7 days. 5 days I made 1,500. No cap.
Yeah.
1,500 in 5 days. Took 2 days off to spend with the family.
There you go. Yep.
And I went, guess where I went? I went on a strip. My mama said you ain't gonna make. I showed her what I made. That's because your ratings is high. That's
You know, it's always the excuses,
it's
right? Like,
always the excuses, right? Treat you better because you do this. But ma, go on the strip. My
yeah.
sister, go on the strip.
Yeah.
So
You know
and
what?
then
You know what I never liked is like for me, I think, let me say this first. I think profits are important, right? We should be
right,
profitable. But when you're
right,
making as much as you're making, your gross income is so high, you're gonna be profitable, right?
right,
So
right.
what always got me is people are like, oh well, yeah, you can make $300, but how much do you spend in gas and this and that? It's like, what the fuck? Like I just made $300 and you just made 50. So
Right.
okay, yeah, you only spent $5 in gas and I might have spent 40, but I made way
No,
more than you. So who's out
But
on top at the end?
but
You know?
and then the thing about it too, it's a lot about the gig economy as a whole. Whatever app you do, whatever you're doing in the gig economy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Most people don't understand we're independent, right? We're business owners. We own us. So you take your uh Pedro DoorDash Santiago LLC. You put it in the LLC. Once you get your LLC, you apply for your EIN. You apply for your EIN and you hire yourself. So everything you
So
do,
tell the people what EIN is. I know, but give them
earned
EIN.
income number,
Yes,
earned income
for
employee,
taxes. Yeah.
employee identification number. Because
Yes.
somebody gonna correct me, he don't know what they talking about when I. So employee identification number. Let me read it. You know what I just said.
Yeah.
You take the employee identification number and you hire yourself, and everything you make from the gig app. Some apps have it to where look, I'm an independent business. I want my business here. So they put it into the business. It's on Uber. And I do believe
Yeah.
at one point it was on Bite Squad, right? So you take that money, you put it in a business account, and you pay yourself from the business account.
Yeah. There's tax benefits to that.
You get tax breaks.
Yeah.
So all the money you make in a gig economy, you maximize your earnings, you minimize your taxes.
Yeah.
And everything you do, if you go on a business, that trip to Denver, I
Oh, that's a
completed.
business expense. Yeah.
I work a business. You write it off.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
write it off.
I do got to say this: we are not tax professionals. We
No,
are just
we're
talking
not.
about our
We're
experiences.
not.
Yes. Okay.
We're not. So a lot of
Do your
people
own
don't.
research.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that this is a business. It's not a hustle. But if
Yeah.
you think of a hustle mind, you're gonna get hustle results. If you think of
Mm,
a business mind state, you're gonna get
mm,
business in it. And
mm.
anytime, back to it,
Your
anytime.
hustle
Right,
can be business. That's how I like
right,
to look at it,
right.
right? You turn your hustle
Right,
into a business so that
exactly.
you can keep more of your money and you can figure out a way to make it be sustainable for you for however long that is or whatever, right?
And
Um, yeah,
and a lot of the politicians been laying a blueprint right in front of us, right? A
yeah,
lot of them. they themselves make their name a business. Case in point, a lot of people may not agree with me. Trump.
Trump, yeah.
The man walked into the bank with nothing and left with millions.
Yeah.
They asked him what he had. He said, "I got my name. I got my name." How you go in the bank with nothing and come out with millions?
Well, his experience is very unique,
I
but
know it is. I
you're
know it
right,
is.
because at the end of the day, listen, I have a name, I have a brand. You're building a name and a brand, right? So that is what we're talking about here, right? And there's value in that, and companies will see that, and they might pay you for it or whatever, right? So
just look at the story of Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And Facebook. Just think about when he first, according to the movie, when he first started. Everybody was trying to get it from him, right? He like, no, I got something here. I got something here.
Oh yeah, he would have
no.
cost himself everything if he would have sold out for a few million or 50 million or 100 million or whatever.
Then I'm gonna go with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson said Nike came to him first, right? Nike came to him. Then Nike came to him first and said, "I can't give you money. I can give you stock." He was like, "No, I'm going to Converse."
Like $1 billion.
Billions. I'm gonna go with Nike because they giving me 20,000 up front.
Yeah.
And then the stock in Nike now.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that, because Michael Jordan gave some advice to Charles Barkley when Charles Barkley signed with Nike. He said, "Hey, take a percentage of this. Don't take the." And Charles Barkley's making good money from that still now, and that he signed with Nike 40 years ago, right?
Right. So you have to think of it as a business, and then once you do that, before you say he didn't do it, she didn't do it, you be like, damn, I can do it.
Yeah.
Or the one thing, like I said before, the one thing I rarely get asked is how. That's it. How? And I'll tell anybody, I don't recommend you do it, but if you work like this, it's gonna pay off. And like you said, if you do it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, if you do it for a year, if you do it for a year, it'll. And like I told you, like Kanye said, the top is so lonely. I'm not even at the top. I'm not at the top. But when you're gonna lose people, and those people are the people that ain't even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Those people are the leaves that fall off, and then the new ones grow back. So you don't worry about them people, right? Because in the end, the ones that's gonna be there is gonna be there. The ones that's meant to be there is gonna stay.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing, if you're doing it right, you're giving a positive attitude, you out here doing what you're supposed to do, giving back, being trying to be the best person you could be. I'm not always happy. I'm not even.
Well, you know what's funny? I think a lot of people look at, and I've been guilty of this at times, but we look at that top, we look at that mountain, right? And it's like, oh, you got these motherfuckers on the mountain, everybody's climbing. I want to be on top of. You can make your own mountain, right? Your top is up to you. Your top is up to you.
Right.
If you're looking in the mirror and you're measuring yourself against you, and you're not worried about the next man next to you, think about what you can do.
That and Kobe said that. You got to be.
I'm a big Kobe fan. I'm a huge.
You got to be better than what you was yesterday. And I say this. I say when I get up in the morning, right, after I'm brushing my teeth and I look up, I can't lie to that person. I can't lie to the person looking back in that mirror. I can't. If I'm lying to that person, I'm lying to everybody.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's the one person you can't. And if you can lie to that person, hey, I don't want to be near you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be near you, because that right there is the one that matters. The one that looking back, you look them dead in the face. You say, I'm not feeling you. I'm not feeling you. Because if you feel that, hey, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, so where can the people find you, man? Tell us, plug the channel. Like, what do you got going on? How can we get involved with you?
I'm Dash Your Life Hawaii on YouTube at Dash Your Life Hawaii. If you go to TikTok, I'm the six fig Dasher on TikTok. My Instagram is Dash Your Life Hawaii. My Facebook is Ronald CI for Life Coleman. Then I also have a 6 Fig Facebook page also too. So I got Wednesday I'm on with Zach and Kimmy.
Oh, nice. I was just there this past Wednesday. That's what's up. I'll
Um,
check it out. That's nice, man.
uh,
Awesome.
Sergio is coming up. We have to schedule that, and
Yeah.
I'm working out some things with moves. I didn't get a chance to talk to Solo, but I'm working on some things with moves. You know, we got the over at Gig Wars, we got the 30K, we got the 30 for 30 going. I
Hmm.
created it. It's 30 people, 30 drivers, seeing who can get the 30K the fastest before the end of the year. September 1st through December 31st.
Okay. So you
And
guys are
you know,
you're about a week and a half in. How's it going so far?
about a week and a half in, I just got nudged out by 300 by somebody. So I got to
Ooh,
get back.
no, that's good. No, 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 no. That's
Right.
good. You got a little
I love the
competition.
I love the
Yeah.
competition. So,
That's
you know,
good.
shout out to Gig Wars official. Shout out to you, Bentley, UDM. You know, just like I appreciate all you guys like just basically embracing me coming from nowhere, really coming out the blue and somebody, and you didn't question it. You know, that's what really like before, like I told Billy, you and him was the first two really I started paying attention to the gig economy. Bentley was first, and
Hmm.
I'm like, who's this guy? What he talking about? But he was talking about some of the same things that I was talking about. And I'm like, wait a minute, how do I do that?
Mm.
And I'm like, no, I gotta go work. I gotta go work. I get back to it. And then it was like a school shooting. It was something that happened. Um, and you was like, you know what? I'm not working today. Fuck that. I'm not
Mm.
working. And you
Mm.
went and you sat on the table somewhere in the park or something,
Oh,
right?
I remember. Yeah, I remember that. I remember
And
that.
and and
I remember
then you
that.
just sitting there and you was thinking, I'm like, man, this is he real? Is it for show? Is it for the channel?
No,
I
I
mean,
remember
but
that.
then
I remember
I
that.
started paying attention. I wasn't subscribed, but I was following. I'm looking and I'm trying to learn. Like
Yeah.
even coming to GigCon, I was coming to be a student. I wasn't coming because I made the money. And the money is minuscule. It's not about the money.
Mm. Mm.
Everybody is not about the money. 100,000 they give away on game shows. It's nothing. It's minuscule. If you break it down, 318 a day, 7 days a week, will get you 106. Meaning three
Tell
hundred
them.
and eighteen
Tell them again.
dollars a
Tell them
day.
again. Tell them again.
Three
Tell them again.
hundred
Tell them
and
again.
eighteen dollars a day, if you choose to work 7 days a week, will get you 106 and some change. If you don't believe me, pull your calculator out. I know some
There
of
you
y'all
go.
gonna try to prove me wrong. Pull your calculator out. 318. And if you get up in the morning early, right? You only got to get up, but if you get up the 4 a.m. club, if you get up at 4 a.m. club, by 12 or 2, you won't have to work because you'll have at least 150 to $200. And you could spend the rest of your day and do whatever you want. Go to the beach, go smoke your weed, go trick off, whatever you want to do it. And if you don't believe me, just watch me. I can't tell you how to do it your way. I'm gonna do it my way. But just watch me.
Yeah,
I
I like
might
it.
I might not give you the best advice. But if you take a little bit of mine, a little bit of Pedro, a little bit of Sarah, a little bit of Bentley's, and put them all
There
together
you
and make
go.
it work for you, I promise you.
You got to
Mark
put
my
it in the
words, I
pot.
promise
Make
you.
it a little
I
soup. Make a
promise
little soup.
word. I
Yeah,
promise you it'll work out.
I like it. I
Because
like
I'm
it.
gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. No bullshit. Because before I started, before my cousin put me up on this, I said you can't make no money doing that. You can't make no money picking up order for $5. You can't make no money picking up order for $2. You can't make no money doing that. Until I sat back and said, damn, I made 500 in a day.
Yeah.
What?
What? Oh, you
I
like?
ain't had
Oops. Oops. Uh oh.
I ain't had nobody tell me, oh, you gotta go take a lunch break and be back at this time. I ain't had nobody tell me none of that. When I found out and did the math and broke it down to the small number, if you make $50 a day at 5 days a week, you make 12 grand at the end of the year.
There you go. And
Break,
listen,
pull,
I'm glad
pull
you
your
said that because
calculator out.
I made a video this past week telling people, hey, you can get you $1,000 for Christmas. Like, you just do one order a day for the next 100 days. It's $1,000. You got Christmas money now, right? You know what I'm saying? Like everything in the gig economy or in business is a math equation. Okay. And sometimes you get to that math a little sooner than other times. Sometimes you got to use algebra, trigonometry, basic consumer math, but it's just a math equation when you're dealing with time and money. And
And
that's all it is,
and,
man.
and,
That's
and I'm
all it
and
is.
I'm gonna give him another gem, just another gem, right? Just a little bit, right? Take your deliveries that you made, just the deliveries that once you complete it on whatever app. If you got let's just say you got 20,000 deliveries, right? You take it and you say I made $10 off every delivery. 20,000 times 10 and see how much money you done made.
Well,
It's math.
20,000 is a lot. Is that what you
It
got?
is.
Are you at
I got
20,000?
I got 24,976.
Let me look at mine. I'm not even close, brother, but let me look. I gotta look because I think I'm flexing, and this dude's over here 20 almost at 25K.
I
I
would have been
got
at 27. I would have been at 27, but they had a delivery glitch and they
that's me. I got
okay.
nine. I only got
Listen,
9,000, bro. I only got
okay,
9,000.
you made 90,000.
Oh, I made more than that to get kind of big,
Right, right. But
but I understand what you're saying.
if
Yeah,
you
I
take
understand what you're
if
saying.
you
Yeah,
times 10,
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. Listen, I appreciate you spending time with us tonight. Yeah, I see you out there hustling. Definitely gonna have to do this again. Talk about some other topics, man. I'd love to have you back
yeah,
on, for sure. I'm gonna see if I can help with that Moves Connect a little bit because I know them. I'm gonna be actually with Moves in November, the first week of November. We're gonna be out in Cleveland filming
okay,
some content really for a whole week. That's gonna be dope. But I'm gonna make sure that we can connect the dots with that, man. So
okay.
yeah, I appreciate you, man. Have a good
I
rest of the night.
I appreciate you. This. I was nervous. I
Nah,
was
it's okay.
nervous, even though I did Bentley and UDM already. I
See,
was nervous.
I
No,
didn't know that you did Bentley and
but
UDM already.
the Bentley was scheduled. We had already scheduled that. But the UDM was a surprise to me. It was I did Bentley Friday. I got up
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, and UDM was live.
Oh,
I
got it.
started
Okay.
following. I
Yeah,
started
yeah.
following UDM after he gave everybody the business at the shit show. I'm gonna call it that. The clown
Oh,
talk.
you talking about the
But,
live a couple weeks ago? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That
When he
was a
gave him
good
the
time,
business,
wasn't it? That was a
when he
good
gave him
time.
the business, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna look at too. So what had
Yeah.
happened was I went on his live that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy like, yeah, he might make 3K, but it's 4K to live in Hawaii. No, it ain't.
Yeah, it's stupid.
No,
Yeah.
it ain't. Well, no, it
Yeah.
ain't. And then I put, yeah, I'm looking up to get another 3K week, right? And he was like, woo, woo. And he really didn't know. But then actually it was Friday. I did his show Friday morning. No, I went on his commented on his show Friday morning, did Bentley
Mm-hmm.
Friday night, and got
Mm-hmm.
on his live Saturday.
Saturday.
Because
Got it.
what happened, I got up, it was 4:30 in the morning. He was live commenting. He was like, hold on, you ain't about to get up out of here. Come on up on the screen.
I love it. That's
And
awesome,
I'm
man.
like,
That's
he
awesome.
like, man, listen, are you really doing? I'm like, bro, I am. And he was like, what you doing? I handed a lady an order. He was like, it's dark. It's dark. I'm like, I'm working, and we just
That's
chopped it
awesome.
up. We chopped it up. And it was a good
Listen,
time,
bro.
man.
So basically, this weekend you hang with the big dogs, bro. Like, I mean, Bentley, UDM, and me. That's some. Those are the big dogs.
Hey, I was in royalty when I was in Denver.
That's
I,
what's
I
up,
mean,
man. I love it.
I'm just a student of the game, though. I'm a student. I'm learning.
Yeah,
I'm still, everybody, like I said, everybody's looking at
I did the same thing, man. When I started my
yeah,
channel, I did the same thing, man. That's part
I
of the
mean,
grind. You got to
and
learn, you know.
with me, I right now, and I'm gonna tell you, I was a little irritated today because right after I did Bentley show and
Mm-hmm,
UDM show, I got a little buzzard,
mm-hmm,
a little buzzard that's getting on my nerves. I gotta learn how to block him now.
mm. Oh,
Um,
you're gonna get those, man. You're
I
gonna get
know I
those.
did. I got all three of them. I got a
Yeah.
trifecta. I got a
Mm-hmm.
3-leg parlay. But yeah, that little irritated me. But I stopped and said I need to contact my rock. And she said, you know
There
what?
you go. There
Let
you
them
go.
trolls be them trolls. And yeah, but
That's good
yeah,
advice, man. That's good.
yeah,
And listen, it's not always going to be easy to
it's
do
not.
that.
It's
Okay,
not.
and there's going to be days where you're going to stumble and you might give them your energy even though you don't want to, and that's okay because we're all flawed
Eh,
men, right? But at the end of the day, you're going to stay focused. You'll be fine.
right.
If you don't have trolls, that means you're not doing something right, right?
That's what
So
she said. That's what she
when you get motherfuckers coming at you, it's because you're doing something good.
that's what she
Okay,
said. What
so
you think, dude?
Yeah.
Did she text you? Because that's exactly
No,
what
no,
she
but listen,
said.
I got a lot of motherfuckers like that coming after me. So
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what
have to
she
take it with a grain
said,
of salt,
man.
man.
They,
So
they made a post about us today.
is that right?
Yes.
No, but listen, that's good. You want you as long as they're not
Hey,
being like super. You want that because that's going to help you in the long run. So it's okay. It's a good.
they made it, and I didn't read because what happened is I seen the post, but I didn't open it up, and
Yeah,
I was kind of confused on it, like what's going what's
yeah,
going on? And I never opened it up until somebody was like, no, not that. And I opened it and I'm like, whoa. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what's at the top of the page.
yeah.
Little,
It's a good
you
thing. You
know what?
hey brother, you've arrived, man. It's good.
No,
You've arrived. You've arrived.
I'm not, no.
No, you're still going, but you're here. You're
Yeah,
here, and
but they gonna
you're gonna keep going. So
if it happened to actually come out, they gonna have to put on capes and be Superman about this year.
and they're gonna have to
about
go all the way to Hawaii. So you're
about
good,
this
brother.
year to
You're
be
good.
because it happens. If you like I say, it's not if we get out the mindset of the standard American way and think outside, just take a minute, sit back. What I do every morning, I get up, I roll out, and I'm like, what am I gonna do before I put my feet on the ground? I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna think about that first order that's gonna come
Yeah,
in and
you're
how I'm gonna
visualizing.
react to it.
You're
So
visualizing your day.
you
Yeah,
visualize my day, right?
yeah.
So before I give anything any energy, I take that moment and I pack my patience. And right there,
There you go.
after I pack my patience, my
I
day
like
go the
that.
way it go.
I like that.
My day to go. And I mean, the other day, like my battery went dead. I had 3 guards on this side, 3 guards on this side, and one. It was that one try hard because that's what I call him, the
Mm-hmm.
try hard. He kept trying to take me to a place that I didn't want to go, and I was like, I'm not letting you do it.
Yeah,
I'm not letting you do it.
I
And
like it.
that's what it was.
I like it. I like it. Hey, man, I appreciate you. We're going to talk again
For
soon.
sure.
Definitely offline, but we'll definitely have you back on. And be safe. Go out there, make your money. I'm going to be following this challenge you guys got going on. I got my own thing with the Gig Wars official coming up. We're gonna do a little challenge. Me and my crew versus y'all. It's gonna be fun, man. We'll have a good time.
Right.
So
I'll be
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
Well, if
yeah,
Red let me be,
yeah. I'm sure
I'll
she
be
will,
there.
man. But I
Yeah, but
appreciate you, man. Have a good
I
rest of your
thank
night,
you.
brother.
Good night.
Thank you. Give it up for my man Ronald, man, out in Hawaii. What a great dude. And I met him. We met in person. That energy is the same in person. And it's just awesome. Very, very, very happy to have him on. That was one of the better interviews I think we've done here. I think there's a lot of nuggets he was dropping on us, a lot of motivation, a lot of realness, a lot of hustle, a lot of relatability. Don't get much better than that. So appreciate y'all. Let's see who we got in the building still. Let's get some shout out. Jay the Driver, Instacart Shekels, Gig Wars officials, Juan, Nomadic is still in the building, Busy Bee, our stuff. I see Mark Rose, Mr. A, Giggity, Lazarus, the Happy Clam. I see Javier. What's up, brother? I see Charlene. Always good to see you. Our stuff. Bud Soda in the building. Jenny Gang. Lisa, the review. Cray still in the building. Jody, always a pleasure. Ricky Moss, Autobahn, the Dash Wagon. What's up? 3K. He says 3K Club. Excellent motivation. Great guest, says Helen. Hello. Always good to see you. How are you? RJ, what's up? Does this guy have a channel? He does have a channel. I think people started putting the links in. Appreciate everybody that put the link to him. Listen, y'all, go give him some love. Go check out a video or two and go give him a subscribe. Let's get this guy. I think he's at 100 and some. I mean, let's get him over 200. I think we could do that reasonably before the night's over. So appreciate everybody for being in the building tonight. Let's see, what do we have coming up? Like I said in the beginning of the show, if you were here, I don't know if I'm going to work tomorrow. Still TBD, to be determined. Not sure. I might take a personal day tomorrow. Do have a few things I could do, but I might take a personal day. I'm not really sure, but you'll find out if I go out or not, if I make a video or not make a video. It is what it is. So Dashing Across America, what's up? Still here. Good show. Thank you. Appreciate that. Go check out my man Dashing Across America. Gig Work Mama, I agree. Yeah, Gig Work Mama, he was at 193. He's at 225. That's what's up. Love it. Paulette, Thank you for subscribing to my brother over there, man. I love the vibes, man. Um, it's it's interesting, right? So I've met people at the gig con, but I meet people just about every day in St. Louis. Okay, I'll be sitting in a Papa John's or it's a YouTube guy. What's up, man? I met a couple on Friday night that I had seen at the Dairy Queen like 6 months ago. They're like, "Oh, you still out here doing it, man?" I just love meeting people. Like when the energy you get from people, right, that are doing the same kind of work as you, right, and can share the stories, the relatability, and you can help each other. Hey, how's your day? How's your day going? How's the night? What's going on? How you feeling? Like, I really, really, really like that. It's like an energy you can't really get in a lot of other places, right? Because when you're working like a W-2, you tend to get energy from your colleagues, and it could be negative or positive. But like this kind of work's just different, like I'll run into somebody and it might be weeks or months and I might not see him again, but you see him and you just catch that eye with them and it's like, yeah, and you might not even need to say anything. It's a head nod or we got our bags with us. Like it's I don't know. I like it. I always like meeting people and I met him. So that was what's up. I love talking to people with gig work, mama. I always try to strike up a conversation with somebody if I can. Like if I'm waiting on an order and I'm somewhere and there's people, I'll ask a question if the time feels right, or they might ask me a question. And I'm always willing to kind of exchange that energy and that information. I think it's in that knowledge and have a laugh or whatever, right? Exchange a number, take a picture. Like I got a guy that he dashes with his son. I've seen him probably maybe half dozen times in the last year. Super cool guy. We met at a Chick-fil-A I think it was actually last week, not this week. And I did a little video. I was like, hey, you want to be in one of my videos soon? Like, let's introduce yourself. And like, we did like a 30 to 45 second little video. I'm going to make it into a short, or I'll put it in a video at some point. But I always love meeting the people, man. It's that energy's what's up. So Bud Soda says, I'm at about 370 since 8 a.m. Bud Soda's out there grinding, bro. Drink some water, Bud Soda. Stay hydrated. Hey, Pedro, I just heard Baby Bash Sugar Sugar. I do remember that song, man. So that's old school. That's like 20 years. Charlene, I love to help the people, man. I love it. So y'all are great. Couple things you guys can expect, I guess. Give you guys some teasers. Like I said earlier, we will be. This is like exclusive. I'll be with the Moves team, the whole Moves team. I'm going to be promoting it. They're going to be promoting it the first week in November in Cleveland, Ohio. I've already connected with 2 Cleveland Dashers. One has a channel, the other doesn't. Looking to make some content and get with them in some way. But we'll be in Cleveland, making videos, meeting drivers, connecting. If you don't know Moves, it's Moves Collective. They are an exclusive banking app for gig workers exclusively, and I have a partnership deal with them. I was the first creator that had a deal with them going back, I guess, about 6 or 7 months ago, and in return, they've been folding in some other people, and they do cash advance. I know everybody on that team, the CEO, all the inner work. I mean, these are good people. We're going to be in Cleveland together, making some content, meeting some drivers, connecting. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait for that. So that's coming up. It's going to be very, very unique content that we'll be making. And I don't know what's going to happen this week. I don't know how many videos. I mean, this past week, I did not make a video on, what was it? Wednesday and Thursday, I think. Wednesday and Thursday, I didn't make any videos. Or maybe it was Tuesday and Wednesday. 2 days in a row, no content. Because I just didn't feel like it. I didn't want to. It's hard to make a video every day, right? It just is. It can be a grind, just like the gig economy, right? And like any of us, we're all trading time for money. And sometimes I don't want to trade the time for the money. Sometimes you got to take the time and give it to yourself. So we'll see what we get into this week. Let's see. Do you guys got any questions I can answer in here? Who we got in the building? What else do you guys want to talk about tonight? I can stay on for a little bit more. Oh, today was football Sunday, first week of the NFL. My Bears got stomped. That was hard to watch. I did win my fantasy week. I do fantasy football. I won that. That was nice. But my Bears lost. They looked so bad. They looked, I mean, Hannibal and I will talk about it on the podcast tomorrow. It was rough to watch. It was rough. And if you don't know, it's a good plug. If you're new here, if you haven't yet subscribed yet, check out the Pedro and Hannibal podcast. If somebody can put a link in, that'd be fantastic. If you can't, that's fine too. We talk about hip hop, sports, fatherhood, relationships. We talk about what's an interesting new topics that's come to our show. And we just hit over 1,000 subscribers like this past Wednesday. So thanks for that. We'll be monetized probably in just a couple of days here because when we get the watch hour, so that'll be fantastic. But we talk about locales. And if you don't know what a locale is, you can Google it. I just learned what it is in the last 2 weeks from Hannibal. LOLCOW. So we talk about individuals that are locales, hip hop, sports, relationships, fatherhood, hot topics. So it's a podcast style, and we do it every Monday and Wednesday. So definitely come check us out over there. We don't hold any punches. We're very opinionated, but we have a good time. And the live chat's always really, really, really fun. So you look hungry. Yeah, I'm tired today, actually. Eli is a locale. Poor guy. He's so sad. Hit back-to-back bangers for $70 first hour on the clock with some Pedro in the background. Ooh, $70 right now? Fantastic. Thank you, Red. Appreciate that. Just subscribed over there. Thanks, Giggity. Pedro, on your way back home, swing through Bemidji, Minnesota, and we can make some content there. I don't know if I'm going to drive or fly yet. I haven't decided that. But maybe I'll remember that. It's hard to say. Big game fishing. Good to see you. I'm good, man. It's been a roller coaster last couple of months, but I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm very, very lucky, man. So I'm doing good. I want the Lions to make the playoffs so bad. Oh, I don't want listen, as long as the Bears make the playoffs, I don't mind if the Lions make the playoffs, but I need the Bears to make the playoffs this year. Mark Rose, appreciate that. All right. So trading time for money. My man Ronald came on here. Dasher. I think I forget is it Dasher Life Hawaii? Is that it? I can't remember. I just subscribed to him like actually today. Because I knew he had a channel, but I wasn't like aware where it was at. I think he's just kind of started out. But appreciate him from coming on. Appreciate all you guys. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, check out the Pedro and Hannibal podcast. Got a lot of things coming out for you guys over there. We have a lot of things coming over here. I think that's the show. I think we're in a good spot to kind of call tonight. It's 11:30 on the East Coast, 10:30 on the West Coast. An hour and a half show seems appropriate. It's been a long day. Your boy's tired. I'm gonna spend some time with my girl upstairs. Just remember this. Don't let any other individual tell you what you can or cannot do in a gig economy, right? And that goes for me. There are times I say, hey, this isn't sustainable long term. Those things may be true, but you do the gig economy the way that you can do it in your market, and go out there and make your money, have your plans, set your goals, and try to live the best life you can. It's not easy for a lot of us out here, but the gig economy, you can make a living doing it. And our man tonight is case in point, the kind of money that he's making. Now, he's trading a lot of time, and I don't recommend working every day of the week. I do not. I work 5 days a week, sometimes 4.5, but if you got goals you need to make and money you need to make, work an extra day. Hit those goals so that sometimes we got to be willing to just trade a little more time for a little more money. And it doesn't need to be forever, but for a short-term amount of time or whatever it is for you, so you can make your money and you could be less stressed out. Not having money and not being able to pay bills or going without is the biggest stress most people have in their life. Money is the number one reason people get divorced. Money is a reason that people are depressed, right? Try not to make money be a stress in your life. Personalize that however you want. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'm going to click this thing right here, and we're going to end the live show. And I will see you guys next week and maybe tomorrow.